Sorry, we're gonna have to actually, hold on, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You all right over there?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, Drew. Drew, okay.
I can't.
People, when they're not ready, when the show starts.
My mic wasn't on. My mic.
I don't like it when people aren't ready when the show starts because we're trying to start a show.
Oh, yeah.
And the way this typically works is the person sitting next to me says, welcome to This Is the Day. And then they say their name, and then I say my name. But when you're fiddling with a microphone, you can't possibly do that, because now you're over there doing something else that could have been done before we started. Then we start, and that's happened. Now everything is ruined. It's ruined.
I know. I've ruined the whole show. All of Friday, even. I've ruined.
I almost had like a Willy Wonka moment there. You lose! You lose!
No, I don't like this. I don't like that movie. That movie makes me wildly uncomfortable, and like that just made me like, ugh. I don't. The tunnel in the boat, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I actually just got chills. Like, I have physical, like, ugh. And not just because necessarily I watched it as a child and it was like wild as a kid, but.
Trippy.
Yes. Trippy is the word.
Well, his books are trippy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You lose!
I don't like it. I don't like it. That's the whole movie, though. All of it.
Yeah.
Most people are just like, oh, yeah, that one part I don't like.
Well, how do you feel about, excuse me,
Bless you.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
It's
The Johnny Depp.
I don't know if it's better or worse, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I was going to say. I'm just asking how you're feeling.
No, to me, I don't know if it's better or worse to me, like which I'd rather watch. I don't know. Both are very uncomfortable for me.
The dentist scenes in the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, yeah. It was very dark, but I like them both. I enjoy them. I appreciate them both.
Yeah, most people do. Most people actually do. And if a bunch of my friends were watching, and I wouldn't be like, oh no, I cannot watch that movie. But
excuse me,
I wouldn't love it.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas and the music in the second one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, big fan.
Big fan.
Great songs. I will listen to those songs. Yeah. Have some of them on my iTunes.
That's not real.
Absolutely, dead serious.
You paid money to buy the Oompa Loompa songs?
Before we had like Apple Music. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're great. The Veruca Salt song?
No, specifically the songs that the Oompa Loompas sing.
They sing all the songs.
You're right, they sing all the songs. Oh, no.
It's one guy.
It is one guy, you're right. And, oh, my goodness.
Solid music.
Sure.
No, for reals.
No.
Come on.
No.
Good stuff.
No. Even in the musical version of the show, there's no version of the show. I did theater. I know that this is not relevant for most people, but I did theater.
She's about to give her expertise here.
I'm not an expert. I don't do it anymore. Let's be very
You're not
clear.
a theaterologist?
No, I'm not a theaterologist. I was going to go to school for that, and then instead, I just didn't go to school.
Instead, I skipped the massive student loan debt.
I just said no thanks, and I just have a high school education. That's it. But there's no part of Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate, any of that musical movie, I don't like it, even the musical. And they wrote new songs that I was like, oh, maybe it'll be less uncomfortable. No, it's not. It's maybe more uncomfortable.
Sometimes art is uncomfortable, Arianna.
Yeah, well, not like that. I don't know what that is. Ugh.
Okay. Well, I'm glad your mic's on and in place.
Yeah, well, it's not in a great place, but it'll work out.
Okay.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No one's telling me it's not, right?
Yeah.
So.
You wanna welcome them to this?
Oh yeah, hey, hey. Hey, welcome. This is the day, and you'll have a day, and if maybe it's a good day, maybe it's a good day, but whatever it is, it's gonna be a good day, 'cause you're here, and this is the day, with me. And him.
I had this thought like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
That there might be a point where you became less awkward.
No. I'll tell you right now, no.
It's like, surely we've hit the limit.
No.
Yeah.
No, there is no limit for me.
Okay.
You'd think maybe I would have some charisma. I have some ability to speak. No. You'd be wrong.
Charisma.
Charisma. I have none.
What if you're one of the, like, you know how there's like quirky people who are like intentionally quirky? There's just quirky people where you're like, oh, they're so fun, they're so quirky. And then there's people like, they're just trying to be quirky. They're the type of people who go, charisma.
Charisma.
Whatever.
Got great charisma. Very charisma.
Tick.
Yeah, no, not me. Couldn't be me. Hopefully, maybe someday.
What, did you have charisma?
Maybe I'll just be less awkward.
Did you see the Christmas special?
I did.
Okay,
Actually, like,
let's stop being self-deprecating right
actually.
now, right? Okay.
But
We all know the truth.
But the awkward, that's gotta
That's
stop.
fine. No, I didn't stop. You be you, and yeah. I don't like that. How do you feel about that? Be the best version of you stuff. You down with that?
Oh, what do you? I don't know. I don't be the best version of you. I don't want to immediately just say, ugh, what? Because I've never thought about it. That would be a lie. If I was like, no, I don't like it, or if I said, oh yeah, I love that.
Well, like if I was like, hey, Arianna, I really want to motivate you right now, and you know, I want you to be the best version of you.
That would make me nauseous.
They feel like an Oompa Loompa should come out and sing a song.
I do. I sure do. I'm not gonna do it, but that's what it feels like.
Arianna sits at the desk.
No.
Arianna
No.
is awkward as Hesk.
Could have been anything else. Could have been any real word, but no.
No,
Real
not
word.
one of those songs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's probably best that way. Yeah, no, I don't know. If someone said, okay, I can put it into words now after 10 minutes of fumbling through it. Okay. If someone said, I'm just working on being the best version of myself, I wouldn't immediately be like, ugh.
No, that's cool. Oh, yeah,
That's fine. That's good. That's great.
yeah.
You're working towards something. You're probably setting goals, and there's something that you
Whatever
want
that,
to
yeah,
work.
that means
that's
something
great.
to you, yeah.
But if someone said to me, in an encouragement, like then they were trying to motivate me or something, I just want you to be the best version of you. Or like even in a moment of correction or something, anything, I want you to be the best version of you, I'd be like,
What? So
No.
like, I'd be like, what version? You know,
I don't know what that
3.0 didn't do it for you?
yeah, should I level up? Wop, 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 wop. Okay, here I am. Like, what does that mean? Like, what?
Was I supposed to get an update that I missed?
Shoot. 3.657.HV. I forgot to download it. Crap.
Yeah, I'm a little salty about it. I was trying to process why.
That phrase?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of coaches use it, and I love coaches, like football coaches, love
Sure.
them. My dad was a coach, and but that's kind of a. It's true too. That when you have something that's cliche, usually there's some truth to it. But then I have kind of a aversion to cliche.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I mean.
But yeah, so I've heard a lot of that, like during this football season. You know, this player, he really embraced being the best version of himself, and I was like, I don't know why. I don't want to take it away from anybody if it's helpful.
No.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't judge the person if they were to say it to me. I wouldn't be like, how could you say that? It would just, for me, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah, I was just curious.
In the right way. But yeah, I'm not just saying that because I know you have an aversion to that.
You probably shouldn't be my test. Like
Me? Yeah, no. That's, no.
Oh, what? We feel the same way about that?
Shocking.
We're right.
That's shocking. It must be correct. We've confirmed it.
The rest of the
Yeah,
world will agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going to have the same thought because we both, just us two
Yeah.
specifically, feel that way.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
can only imagine.
Yeah.
That is how it works. Confirmation bias.
Yes. Okay. So welcome to This Is the Day.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the day. It's good. There's another day. We're having it. We're in it. There's a day. I know what we did last night. We had church last night.
Okay, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
We had on our worship services.
Yep.
And we're in this series called Walk On, and John Rose preaching. Great message. Really good. Really enjoy it. And so we kicked off the services last night, and I'm excited for this weekend as well.
Yeah. Me too. Can I share just like one other thing
Absolutely. Whatever.
that I did last night?
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. I was very excited to make spaghetti squash, okay? Super excited.
Spaghetti what?
Squash.
Squash.
It's a type of squash. It's the big squash.
Right.
And so when you cook it, you can take a fork and it looks like spaghetti, and people use it as a spaghetti substitute. And I love squash and zucchini and stuff. So I was so excited to make spaghetti squash. I bought all the stuff. I was so excited. I bought my squash from Whole Foods. Don't know why. I was just there. Anyways, I was just excited. Then I get home and I go to preheat my oven. And I walk away because it's, I look in my oven. There's nothing in there. Before, I know, it's going to be crazy. Nothing's in the oven. I preheat. Okay, I walk away. I'm like, okay, set an alarm. Great. I go back in the kitchen probably 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes later. And there's just like smoke flying out of my oven. Like my oven is shut, but there's just like smoke everywhere. And I'm like, oh no, like this is bad. I don't know what to do. So I open my oven and just like so much smoke. And there's nothing in the oven except for I let it air out, and I'm like, okay, can't use the oven. And then when I came back to inspect the oven, I noticed like some layer of something on the bottom of my oven. I use my oven every day. I make stuff in my oven every day. This has never been there before. And there's like something that is on the bottom layer of my oven that clearly it got burned into the oven. I have no idea what it is. I asked my dad, he was like, didn't even use the oven. I'm like, okay, well, somebody used the oven and something is in the oven that's burning. I have no idea. I didn't handle it in that moment, so I have yet to deal with the stuff that's in my oven, the unknown substance in my oven. I'll do that today. But I was just like, okay, so I guess I'm not getting my long looked forward to spaghetti squash because my oven is almost on fire. I just wanted to share because I was a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Now, I'm okay now, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I've recovered. But it was a little upsetting.
No clue what the foreign substance?
No idea. And I used my oven, not yesterday, but the day before. And totally fine, perfectly fine.
What if an animal got in your oven?
I feel like you would have to know that. Like, would it turn into a goo and like just sink through the like thing?
I don't know.
I know. I don't know. I'm
Could
gonna
have been
have to
a
figure it out.
specter. Like a poltergeist?
Probably was.
Like a ghost?
Yes. I love ghosts. Ghosts in my oven turned into
Okay,
burnt substance.
There would be a show I would watch. Arianna, Ghost Hunter.
Forget the high five. Let me host a ghost hunting show.
Hold on, wait, I got taglines for it. Arianna, Ghost Hunter. She puts the specter in spectacular.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna pitch that.
And it's just all scenes of you scampering away because you're scared.
Get a Sierra trading post. Just popping out of like racks of clothing, just running around. And then the plot twist at the end of the season is Arianna was the ghost.
All the time.
The whole time it was me.
Don't give it away.
Sorry, now they'll never buy it. The major TV stations.
Oh,
will
Netflix
never
is
buy
buying
it.
everything right now. They're desperate.
That's true.
Yeah.
Netflix, if you're watching, first of all, sponsor
Well, we
us.
know they are because
Yeah.
we're in talks with the flicks
Yeah.
regarding This Is the Day being on their platform.
Yes. like John Mulaney has a special, like an hour-long comedy special, pretty much equal to how we have an hour every day
Every
on
day.
Netflix.
I mean,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And they're creating a live feature actually just for us, so that we can be on Netflix.
Yeah. We lie.
We do lie.
That's all.
But if Netflix happens to be watching,
We have created
pick
some
us up.
original content.
some, most, all.
Well,
Most.
yeah, there may have been some stolen jokes occasionally. Not on purpose. No.
So most stands. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you got some oven goo.
Yeah. It's
I don't have a lot of experience with the oven cleaning. A lot of them are self-cleaning ovens with a feature on there, maybe.
What? Okay. Listen.
Like if your oven has a thing that says, button that says clean?
No, that's not real. Ovens don't have that. That can't be real. You might have to be lying. Oven that cleans itself.
I don't.
This is the future. We're living in the future.
Am I right that there's the self-cleaning oven? That's a phrase.
In movies.
On the Jetsons. Do I have Rosie the robot that pick up after me? I don't think so. My car is flying.
Sorry, I don't have a clean button on my oven.
Do I have a
some people.
Dog named Astro?
I don't know anymore. If you have a self-cleaning oven. No, I really have never even heard of that. My oven definitely doesn't self-clean because I clean my oven. Well, actually, it might, and I just clean it.
Your oven's like, little does she know.
It's like I open the thing, and then once I reach my arm in, the clean button lights up, and then when I take my hat out, it goes dark again. Yeah. It's like playing pranks on me. Yeah, oven, if you're watching, clean yourself.
It's all connected. Did you just say clean yourself?
Yeah. Because I don't want to do it. Clean yourself, please.
Yeah. Just look for that in the table of contents in the manual.
For my oven?
For your oven. Clean yourself. Yeah, okay. That's page 72.
The clean yourself button is in the back.
Oven, clean yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna have some talks with my oven later. That'll be fun. Put him in his place.
It's a him?
Yeah. It.
I don't know.
Her.
I've never met him.
I've never met him. No, I've not. Only in my mind does my oven speak to me. So,
That's probably for
in
the
real
best.
life, I don't know.
The name of your oven is Dirty Steve.
You know what, Dirty Steve? Clean yourself, okay?
That checks out.
I'm gonna be thinking about this all day. I can't wait to get home. Talk to Steve. Steven?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Steven, first thing I walk in the door. Steve, hey, young man, Steven. Clean yourself.
Okay.
Does your oven clean itself?
I don't. Yeah, I think
Am I
so.
making you question the reality of a self-cleaning oven?
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Questioning reality.
Appreciate that.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know with me if anything's real.
All right. You got any weekend plans?
No.
No, either.
I'm just gonna think about my oven for a while, probably.
Yeah.
Look at it some. Scrape it, maybe.
Okay.
Hey, what about you? What are your? Where
Yeah, I
are
don't
you
have
playing?
any. Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
I may do a little research on the old self-cleaning oven.
You're gonna have to,
Yeah.
for both of our sakes, probably.
Well, I'm just gonna want to know. I
Yeah.
don't like being ignorant.
Yeah.
I have access to information. I want to use it.
I need to know. Yeah, if I can Google
That internet.
self-cleaning
Have you
oven.
noticed?
I haven't noticed it. What about it?
Oh man, wow! It's a wealth of information.
I haven't used it.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that after we do this.
Okay.
Remind me to come back to the wealth of information on the internet because I do have a story to tell. You making a note?
Yeah.
Good job.
Well.
All right, what I have here, because it's Friday, and on Fridays we do things a little different. Instead of a verse of the day, we do a proverb of the day. It's the proverb of the day.
It's
Proverb of the day. It's proverb of the day.
Yeah.
Today's proverb is from Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8:11 says, "For wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her." Let me read it again. "For wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her." All right, what jumps out at you in that proverb?
Okay, I'm gonna compare rubies to wealth for just a second. So if we're thinking of rubies, say money. If you don't have the wisdom of how to use money, not only is it useless, but it could be detrimental to you because you are not using it in a way that honors God first of all, but just if you don't have the wisdom behind it, how do you expect to use it in a godly way?
Right.
And so that's what jumps out to me. Like, I don't know, how do you expect to really do anything without wisdom? And wisdom works with a lot of different things, you know what I mean? It's not only wisdom that you need, but I don't know, it's very, very hard to grow closer to God if you don't desire his wisdom. That's what I hear there.
Very cool. You know what jumped out to me was this time with her. Nothing you desire can compare with her. So in the Proverbs, wisdom is referred to in the female, in the feminine, which is kind of cool. And so, and even this view of God, he, him, for sure. I mean that God refers to himself in the masculine, but doesn't mean that God is only that. You know what I mean? And so when it comes like wisdom, referring in the feminine here, it's something that has stood out, has been oft discussed and even debated, which I have zero interest in that. But I think some of the discussions and like how is God using that and what does that mean has been cool. But wisdom is to be treasured and guarded and protected and valued, above all other things, is really cool. Yeah, because wisdom then allows us to use these things and not be used by these things, whatever they may be. And that can be earthly treasures, wealth. It could also be our talents, like things that we're good at. Those we can oftentimes become so consumed by what we do that we lose ourselves in that, and that begins to define us. Did you see the Disney movie Soul?
I have not yet.
Okay. I enjoyed it very, very much. Our family watched it together. And I thought that there was some great thought-provoking things about that, but it's almost like when your passion becomes a compulsion and that begins to define you, that's so soul damaging, and it entraps you and enslaves you, and you're not really free to be who you are. Yeah. And so what was interesting, in that movie, they didn't have the context. I mean, like, I can take that and then go, okay, now let me tell you what that looks like with Jesus. Let me tell you what that looks like in the Bible and who God declares that we are and what he says about the soul and what that means. So, well, I guess it could be tempting to go, well, yeah, but it didn't say this, that, and no, it could be a great kind of launching point. But I think those are, really, you want to guard that and guard your soul. But wisdom allows us to do that. Like Jesus said, what good is it to gain the whole world and yet forfeit your very soul? So foolish. Yeah. But wisdom's like, oh, well, okay. Really cool. So I wanted to learn how to play guitar when I was in college, for the reason of I wanted to be able to play some worship songs, like when I was praying and stuff. And the first song that I learned to play on the guitar comes from this proverb. Really? Yeah. I think the name of it is Lord You Are, but it's Lord You Are more precious than silver. Lord You Are more costly than gold. Lord You Are more beautiful than diamonds, and nothing I desire compares with you. It's the whole song.
I like that.
They're very simple.
I was going to say it's
not
like...
GCD, for sure, on the chord progression, but yeah, right out of this particular proverb. So that was one that I sang to myself or to God a lot alone as I was trying to learn the guitar.
It's a cool way to learn the guitar.
Yeah, well, I'm not musically inclined. I really am not. I know that. But I love music, and so yeah, that was me too. That was kind of fun.
Wealth of information on the internet.
Yeah, I'm coming back to that
now. Oh, I didn't know if you're tying it in now.
Yeah, you just keep remembering. If
I'll just bring it up occasionally. I'm just going to keep saying it over
and we'll get to it.
Okay.
So my guitar experience, back to this, because it's such a struggle, right? So, and the thing about if I play you know, I'll bang around on a little bit, and people who have no ability and never played an instrument or anything else would be like, wow, you can really play. You get a little bit of that, just a little, right, a smidge. But anybody who has any ability at all and can play, you know, they see right through it, yeah, which is fine, because I'm not really trying to show off or anything, but I enjoy it. So when I was doing student ministry, I had an intern that was working for us, and he had gone to LSU, Louisiana State University, on a full music scholarship to play bass. So like upright bass.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I love that.
His name is Lance, and amazing guy. And so Lance is like, I mean, unbelievable, long fingers, whatever. And so I said to him one time, I was like, hey, like, have you ever played guitar? And he goes, no. And I said, you think if I got you one, you could learn to play it? He goes, uh-huh. I said, if you learn to play it, do you think you could lead worship? Like, can you sing? He goes, yeah.
Casual. Sure.
He's just always honest. That's what I loved about him. He's like,
he would have said no if he didn't think he could.
So I believed him.
Yeah.
So I went and I bought a $500 Fender guitar, solid top, you know, with some electronic, nothing great, but
like nice, not like
it wasn't. It was gonna be workable. And I go, here you go. And he picks it up and he just starts kind of, you know, playing the notes and whatever. And I come back in a little while later and he's like, just all over this guitar, just like jamming out on it. And I'm like, what in the world? And then like that week he's leading worship, playing all these worship songs. And there was these two guys who came out of A&M called Shane and Shane.
Oh, they really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's where they came out of.
Yeah. And so Shane and Shane were really big in that area. You know, this is when they were, you know, kind of first started. But so they had written a lot of songs, and they had a lot, you know, like triplets in their strum, like just some stuff that was like I could never
like
even
more difficult, like a little more advanced.
I had enough knowledge to hear it and go, oh wow, I can never do that. You know,
okay.
Like,
yeah.
And like 2 guitar parts. And he's like playing both parts.
Yeah.
And he just closes his eyes and he's just like all over this thing. And I looked at him and I go, he's playing one of these songs. There's a thing called a capo that you put on the different frets to change the key. I go, I have never seen anybody play that song without a capo. And he looks at me and goes, what's capo?
Then you're like, okay.
So I grab my capo and I hand it to him and he puts it on. He goes, oh wow, this makes everything a lot easier. Guy was unbelievable. One other story about this, because it's kind of fun. I had to go to a staff meeting, and so we had a youth center, and we were doing some work, kind of redecorating it and getting it ready. And he was getting the stage set up for worship, and he was going to play guitar and lead, but he's setting up the drums. And so I'm like, he's sitting at the drum kit, and I go, hey man, I'm going to go to staff meeting. I'll be back in 2 hours. He goes, okay, cool. And he's kind of got sticks, and he's hitting each of the drum heads, and I figured he's just getting them ready.
Right, yeah, like setting them up, whatever, checking them.
So I come back from staff meeting, and he's got Superstitious by Stevie Wonder blaring through the system. And Lance is up there, his eyes are closed, he didn't know I'm in the room. And he is all over this kit. Just he's got the drumsticks held like this one right here, and he's up here on the hi-hat, and he's and I'm like, what is happening? I mean, I'm just, my mouth's hanging open and the song ends. And he goes, oh, hey. And I'm like,
oh, what?
Holy smokes, dude, how long you been playing drums? And he goes, about 2 hours. And I go, no, not today.
Yeah, like.
He goes, no, I've never played before.
You're like
my goodness. Okay. When we started our church, he came and was our worship leader.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Wish I could do that. That'd be so cool.
Weird thing, though, he had a spiritual gift of prophecy.
Really?
Okay, yeah. And the way it manifests, so there's different kinds of, I have some prophecy gifts, which would be truth-telling, speaking truth into an unknown. So, and preaching, there's some prophetic gifting in my, well, maybe a lot, but in my preaching, I'm always trying to press into that. His was, he would look at you and he could just read your mail. Like what? Oh, yeah, he was a blast to work with, because, I mean, hey, staff meetings were just like, he'd be staring at me and I'd be like, yeah, okay, so I'm really struggling with this. He'd go, okay, yeah. And for all, we had such an honest
Because you had to.
Because you knew he did.
You knew he knew.
Except for, imagine that, you lead worship a lot. Imagine people in front of you, and you're looking, because he would want to just close his eyes. And I'm like, hey, man, you're leading. You really need to kind of lead people and look at them. He's like, Bo, I can't. I'll look at, he would seriously be looking at somebody and go. And so, because of his gifting, the way he was gifted,
it's like, oh my goodness.
he's like, I have to resign. I can't do this particular role.
Oh, he had to remove himself completely because, oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm only trying to imagine that, and I cannot.
Yeah.
That would be so
It
very
was
difficult.
wild. I mean, yeah. It was really wild. It was
Like watching it
interesting.
happen, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, because he wasn't being mean. It was just
No,
like he
no,
would
I know,
see
he just
something
knows.
and go. I mean, he wasn't being judgy, or
Yeah.
it wasn't like his heart was really pure in that. It was, but it was overwhelming to him.
Wow.
Like to see, particularly in a worship setting, a communal worship setting, whereas like one-on-one and stuff, he exercised. He didn't get all weird about it, and be like, he would.
Right. He could. Yeah.
Yeah, he handled that pretty well. But in that communal worship environment, it was really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet.
But since we had such an honesty in our dynamics and everything, it didn't take very long for him to go, yeah, I can't do this particular role, and it didn't have to get like painful or whatever.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
Just learn any instrument. If you could learn any instrument, what would you learn?
Me?
Like if you could pick up any instrument.
Piano.
Oh, really? No. Okay. Well,
Why is that bad?
no,
Did
it's
you want
not
something
bad.
weird? Or?
It's not bad. I just not for a practical purpose. And maybe your answer's still piano, but not for like a purpose. Just if it didn't matter and you're never going to use it except for yourself, you would.
Would still be piano because of the such a building block for all other.
Yeah.
It really carries over into composing, which is what I would want to do.
Yeah.
I would want to write music.
Yeah. You should.
I do.
Okay. Hold on.
I do. But no, I in elementary school, I took 2-3 years of piano. Can't read a lick of music. Didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, really?
Yep. The guy, Lance, he actually started giving me some guitar lessons, the only lessons ever, because he's the only one I didn't know the names of the, G, D, A, G, B.
Like the strings and
I didn't know, because
stuff,
I just couldn't understand it. And he broke something, ED.
He
He
like
broke some
staff.
things. Yeah, like
okay.
he showed me some things, and he was one of the only people who's ever been able to teach me. Yeah.
I sometimes still have to do like for the spaces, like it spells face. I have to go through the. There's like lots of tricks.
Yeah.
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 Piano's
So
good.
there was
You're
a point where I could play in elementary school. I could play like Christmas carols and stuff. Little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's all you really need.
Nothing.
Just some Christmas carols on the keys. Good old synth.
Yep.
Yeah.
One time, last thing about Lance. That was a long story
That's
on him,
okay.
but might as well finish it.
Yeah.
One night we were still doing student ministry. We were driving. We had an advance van and we had a charter bus. We had done a beach retreat in Florida and coming back from Florida to Texas, like over 100 kids, and we had like 10 of them. We had taken a group of guys to set everything up and get everything ready ahead of time, and we were on our way back. In the middle of the night, and I'm driving, and he's sitting next to me, and I go, "Hey, man, how good are you?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Musically, how good are you?" He goes, "Shut up." And I go, "No, it's just you and me. I want to know, like,
Yeah.
I'm impressed, but how good are you?" And he goes, "I could go into any studio anywhere and make a living for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Okay."
Cool.
Yeah. There's nothing I can't play. Bass-wise, his primary instrument,
yep.
bass. Yeah. I was like, and then when I had a band, so I write songs, and then I put together a band, and when we'd have like a national band come in for our student ministry,
open, right?
I opened for them.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
I would open for everybody we brought in.
Yeah.
And so the band I put together, they were all amazing, but Lance was on bass. He would play bass. And I mean, I'm very like, looking at the thing and everything, but when he would play, it's like all that went away. And I'm just like, playing and not even thinking about anything, because it was like being on a wave, like surfing, you know, just carry you.
That's so cool.
With the bass.
I love it. Yeah, which is not what you would think. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, no, that's why even now, like when I listen to a song and the bass kind of, not that the bass drop, but the bass line kind of boom comes in like that, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, now you have like a new learned listening skill for the bass. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Speaking of new skills, the Troopers.
The Troopers.
The Triforce Troopers. They're back at it.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see what they're up to.
Hey Triforce Troopers, we're so excited to be back this morning. On this episode, we want to give a massive shout out and a huge thank you to John Glennon. John got me this awesome onesie to compete in today. He also got all of the Triforce Troopers these awesome toilet paper guns. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna have a TP challenge. So here we go.
How many do I get? 3.
Oh, so close.
Yeah! Oh!
Yeah, I did say we'll give it to you.
All right. Misfire. Oh, a little hot.
Quite nice.
Oh! Boom! Got it.
John Glennon
Yeah.
giving the Troopers
Yeah.
gifts.
I'd like to know where those guns are.
I've seen, they kind of freak me out a little bit.
Really?
Well,
the Troopers?
Yeah, good point. I know that they're a gun that shoots toilet paper wads that are like wet, but
Oh, they're wet? Oh, they would have to be.
okay, yeah, and like wet toilet paper. It just the whole thing kind of freaks me out.
You're right. I don't know
like
how it
spit
would
wads.
shoot
Yeah.
other if it wasn't because it's too light, but I didn't really piece it together. I don't know. Yeah, that's a little freaky,
Yeah.
but I still like it. Still back it. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. Thanks, John Glennon and the Troopers.
Yeah.
Way to go. Okay. Calendar?
Sure.
Calendar page?
Sure.
Okay. Today is top 10 popular movies of 1985.
Yeah.
You watch a lot of movies from 1985?
Tons.
What were you doing in 85?
I was not doing much.
Okay. I was 12.
I had years to be born.
I couldn't see PG-13 movies.
I had
I don't know if they had PG-13 movies yet.
13 years till I would be born.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. All right, so here they are. Come and See.
Sure.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Obi Oba, The End of Civilization.
I love that movie.
Never heard of it. Showa.
Good one. Classic.
Never heard of it.
Classic.
When Father Was Away on Business.
He always was.
Never heard of it. Colonel Red L.
I believe it's pronounced Rettle.
I believe it's pronounced Colonel.
Colonel Rettle.
Never heard of it. Witness. Never heard of it. Police.
I love that band.
Yeah, Sting was awesome in that movie.
Really, really good.
Room with a View. I think I have heard of that one.
Sure.
The After Hours. And number 10, The Color Purple.
Quite literally the only one I've heard of.
Yeah, at number 10.
10 is the only one that I've
You're
ever
going
heard
to tell me that there were 9 other movies better than The Color Purple in 1985?
of. I
And we've never heard of any of them.
never.
How does that happen?
I don't know much from 1985, to be
Yeah,
completely
okay.
honest with you.
I'm just saying.
So.
Seems like that 1985 must have been a rough year.
You could probably honestly give me movies like top 10 movies from 2005, and I would be like,
How was there not a Back to the Future in 1985? Wasn't there?
Was there?
Was there just a gap, like a Lethal Weapon made one of that
I don't know.
franchise?
I have
Surely
no
there was,
gauge
I don't know. There had to
on
be.
like timeline of movies. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Well, there's that. Then we also have a calendar to celebrate.
Okay.
Like a national day.
Okay.
To celebrate. Today is National Argyle Day.
Like the pattern? Yeah, like the pattern. I had to check.
National Argyle Day.
Yeah. I would have worn my Argyle, except I don't have any.
Oh. Well, that's okay. It actually happens to be my pirate name.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Argyle.
Argyle.
Just so content.
Ask me my pirate name.
Hey, what's your pirate name?
Argyle.
So is your name Guile?
Argyle.
Is the whole thing? First name? First and last?
I'm
Last,
just gonna
comma,
keep
first?
Guile.
Guile, comma, R.
Guile, comma,
Yeah, formally. If you have to write it on like an official document.
Once you get into that, it's hard to get out.
Oh boy.
Guile, comma,
Uh-oh. That's the whipping of
I'm
the
a
head.
pirate.
Oh gosh.
My wooden leg has an Argyle pattern.
Your wooden leg has an Argyle. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be okay with having a wooden leg if it was like.
You don't want a wooden leg?
I don't want to. I didn't say.
There's
I
no
wanted one.
circumstance where you'd be okay having a wooden leg.
If I had to have a wooden leg, it would be a little more okay if it were a cool pattern. That's how I should have said it. I should not have said I would be okay with a wooden leg if it had a cool pattern, because the truth is I would not be okay with a wooden leg. That would be very difficult.
Then your pirate name would be Peg.
That's it? That's literally it?
Peg leg.
Peg.
Peg.
Peggy. Look a little Peggy over there.
Okay.
I'm like, no. Scratching around. Anyways.
Okay.
Argyle Day. I love that pattern.
Argyle Day.
I actually don't like the pattern.
You don't like Argyle?
No.
I'd wear an Argyle sweater.
It's
gotta be the right colors, though.
I would, yeah. If it were the right colors, I would wear it, but I would wear it with the knowledge that okay, I have a...
Gotta be V-neck.
I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking right now, but I typically wear things that people think are ugly, but I really like them. So I think that I would want the colors to be the worst possible colors to have as an Argyle pattern. Like, I wouldn't want Argyle that I was like, wow, that's probably good. I would probably choose the Argyle that people would be like, really? Because that's just typically where I sit fashion-wise.
That checks out.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So Argyle Day. Got some Argyle socks, Argyle sweater.
Sure.
I don't know what else there is.
There's nothing. Nothing else exists in Argyle. Argyle pants.
All right. You know, on Fridays we like to do a little thing that you prepare for us
Oh, yeah?
called the MCC High Five. Watch this.
And welcome back to another weekly High Five, where we're gonna highlight 5 awesome things that have happened in the life of MCC this past week. Let's get started. Up at number 5, this past New Year's Day, the This Is the Day family gathered with hundreds of people online for a fun, festive, encouraging time together. Highlights included a sparkling toast, 2 dogs, a very expensive chocolate bar, dirty dishes, and some great pieces of encouragement for this new year. If you want to celebrate with This Is the Day family in 2021, I recommend watching this episode on Facebook or YouTube, or any episode on Facebook or YouTube Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. By the way, high five to the winner of the chocolate bar. Up at number 4, one of the things I love about MCC is that we are passionate about serving those who are in need. We roll up our sleeves in partnership with local ministries and organizations to provide meals, essentials, care, gifts, and the gospel. Recently, MCC's Share the Love posted an invitation to you and I on social media, an invitation to attend an online gathering to meet our local partners, learn about what they're doing in our community, and brainstorm ideas of what we can do next to reach people right where they are. Come on, who's with me? High five to you. Go to mcconline.com and click Share the Love. They're meeting Wednesday nights for the next 5 weeks. It's going to be amazing to not only come to learn, but to engage and make a difference. Let's go. Here at number 3, MCC wants to thank you for giving financially in 2020. Financial giving is an act of worship to God, and while this past year looked quite different, God uses our giving as a means of setting our eyes on Him and reaching more people with love. When you give, lives change, and that's a super duper high five to everyone for giving faithfully and generously. Let's continue to worship Him with our giving and make more ways for people to encounter His love in 2021. Way to go, church. In at number 2, Christine, who attends MCC's online service, is overjoyed to witness her extended family attending online service with her. They joined her online to experience the Christmas special and have returned in the weeks after. Yes, high five, Christine. God reveals Himself through the worship of His people. Let's keep praying for one and making a way for our loved ones to connect with Him. And finally, up at number 1, a recent sermon in the series Walk On encouraged us to live in the great joy that God has for us. A look in 1 Peter chapter 1 led us to never settle for a phony hope. Through these truths, God moved through the hearts of a married couple in the region who contacted MCC about putting their hope in Jesus and being baptized. That's a pair of high fives for this couple and how God is stirring in their hearts. Praise the Lord. Well, thanks for joining us yet again on our weekly high five, and we can't wait to worship with you in just a moment.
Yes! You know what that deserves? A high five.
I love the high five. I'll say it every week. I think I do say it every week. I love the high five.
I do too.
It's so encouraging.
Yeah.
I just really like it. Okay, that's it. That's
Great. Well done. Well done. Good team effort too. On the making of the high five.
Oh, yes.
Team effort. I mean, all the things they go.
Yeah,
The things
no,
that we're
really.
celebrating, yes, but also I just want to celebrate the team that puts that together.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Thanks.
Good work. I want to do a little everyday with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, every day. Our daily devotion in 140 characters or less. Today's thought for the day says, I love it when plans come together. Not that mine ever do, but I have an abiding sensation that the plans of another are afoot. That'll do. I think I was feeling poetic. I love it when plans come together. Not that mine ever do, but I have an abiding sensation that the plans of another are afoot. That'll do.
Yeah, but you rhyme do with do.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Hey. James 4:13 says, now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow, we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Why, you not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it's the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. Yeah. What's that joke like, or saying, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's interesting. I think that one of the things that has really been resounding in me over the last several years is this whole notion of, in prayer, telling God our plans and basically saying, okay, God, here are all my plans. Now I'm trusting you to make them happen.
Yeah.
Which, what a mixed up, horrible thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
why do I want to tell God my plans when I have the opportunity to connect with him and hear what he has planned and be a part of that?
Yeah, right. What's the gain from our own plans if they're not God's will? Just being like, no, thank you. I've got this one figured out.
I mean, I need your help to execute the plan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd be mad if you don't, because it was a really good plan.
Because I had the best plan.
Yeah, my plan. Yeah. God, so sad. But yeah, definitely.
I like that one. Even though my plans never do. Someone else's are afoot.
Afoot.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do. Is that Charlotte's Web?
Babe?
Oh.
That'll
yeah.
do, pig, I think.
Yeah.
Babe?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Forgot
But I love it when a plan comes together. It was actually a quote from the A-Team in the 80s, which I know.
Sure.
I'm aware of what
believe.
that. When I read it, I was like, I know. I must have
You're like the
seen the A-Team or something. Love it when a
No,
plan
it's an
comes
awesome
together.
one though.
Yeah.
It's cool that you can use that too. Like you use something
whatever I'm
totally
thinking about.
unrelated and just be like, all right, it applies.
Absolutely.
Here it is. Cool.
Right on. Want to do a little Trivial Pursuit?
I would really like to.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited because you're excited, and we're hopeful that today I will get Pop Rocks because that'll make me have a better weekend.
Oh, you're gonna get them.
Oh, I love your confidence.
You are.
Okay, good. So 6 questions on a Trivial Pursuit card.
Yep.
I'm going to make a guess at all 6. Want you to play along, guess at all 6. If you get all 6 right, then we will send you a congratulatory Pop Rocks from a Fun Dip box.
Ooh, you sang it. Fun Dip box.
I did. Yeah.
Bye.
I'm composing.
Very
If I
cool.
could play the
Very
piano,
cool.
I would. From a Fun Dip box. All right.
Okay.
And we have the original 1981 edition of the classic board game Trivial Pursuit and the 40th anniversary edition. Oldest cards, newest cards, dealer's choice. Get them all 6 right. You'll get a congratulatory Pop Rocks from a Fun Dip box.
There it is.
Did you go old or new?
I'm going old.
Old school.
La la la.
1981.
Here it is. Here we
Answers
go.
are old and extra trivial.
That is true. Okay, blue.
Blue, geography.
What's the capital of Norway?
Norway. Capital of Norway. The Norwegians. They have a great cruise line here.
I've heard.
Norway. Are they like Vikings? Norway. What's the capital of Norway? Well, it's not Helsinki. Okay, but we're in the Nordic countries now. Capital of Norway. I can't think of a single city in Norway. Capital of Norway is Helsinki. It's not. I have no idea.
Do you have any other?
I can't think of a single city in Norway.
Okay, you want me to tell you?
Give me a hint.
It's short. It's not like long and elaborate.
Yeah, what's it start with?
Oh,
Oslo. Oslo.
we're counting it. I'm the judge. We're counting
If
it.
you just given me, I would have gotten Oslo. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't need the
we're
short.
counting. I didn't even give you any hints.
Okay.
It was fine. It was good. You knew it.
We're
It was
rooting for
there.
the Bob
Don't even
Rocks
worry
and
about it.
Pam.
We'll cut it. We'll cut it out.
All right, let's see what happens.
Cut it in post. Okay, pink.
Pink.
I
Entertainment.
almost just read you the answer. Okay. What is life like in the... Sorry. I screwed myself up by reading it all weird. What is life like in the 1959 song Primrose Lane?
What is life like in the 1959 song Primrose Lane? Life is not like a box of chocolates because that's Forrest Gump. It's not like a rose. Life is like Primrose Lane. Does it rhyme with lane? No. Life is like a walk in the park.
I'm going to give you a quick hint.
Okay.
It doesn't rhyme, but it has the same vowel sound, kind of, as lane.
Okay.
Just,
Life is like rain. No.
that rhymes.
I have no idea. You gotta tell me.
Life is like a holiday.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. On Primrose Lane.
Yeah, Groundhog
Sure.
Day, maybe.
Yellow.
Yellow history.
What religious holiday was Abraham Lincoln assassinated on?
Abraham Lincoln was assassinated on Good Friday.
Correct.
Let's go.
3 for 3.
No.
Brown.
Brown art and literature.
Who was the Greek goddess of love?
The Greek goddess of love. I'm terrible with the Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. I'm going to say Greek. Well, Apollo, but isn't Apollo, he's a god.
Goddess, yeah.
So we're going goddess. Venus.
Aphrodite.
Yeah.
4 for 4.
Yeah.
Okay, green.
Green, science and nature. Aphrodite was the answer.
Yeah, Aphrodite was the answer that you got correct.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah,
right.
sure.
4 for 4. Okay, it's green.
Green, science and nature.
What planet is nearest the sun?
I hate the solar space.
Hate the solar system.
Oh no. Mercury.
Correct. Mercury is nearest the sun. Orange.
Orange is sports and leisure.
Now, keep in mind, if you get this right, you got them all right.
Yeah, right.
So just keep that in mind.
I will not break the integrity of the Pop Rocks from the Fun Dip.
No, I wouldn't. But this is the moment.
Okay.
What's the lowest ranking suit in bridge?
The lowest ranking suit in bridge. The Argyle suit. Just kidding. The birthday suit? Nope. The clubs.
That's correct. You got them all right.
I did not get them all right.
6 for 6. If you got 6 for 6, just like Bo did, let us know. We'll send you a Pop Rocks from Fun Dip box.
From a what?
Fun Dip box.
Fun Dip.
There.
There you go. That's better.
Good job getting all 6.
I didn't. Let's not pretend.
Okay. You're right. You only got 4. You got 4, though.
Quick story.
You want a quick story?
You want to hear one?
I do want to.
Or did you want to tell one?
I'd like to tell one.
Okay, go ahead.
So, last night, my oven almost caught on fire.
Already did that
You
one.
don't want to hear that
Wonders
one
of the internet.
Okay, wealth of information on the internet.
So we can find out about the self-cleaning oven, do a little research, see what's going on there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But, I've been thinking a lot, in regards, so I wrote this book called Decentralized, and how the internet has changed the world, and how the world is changing, and that's great, change is good. But our expressions of church, just church is a people, not a place or activities, but the way we express the identity that we have as the family of God, we have new methods and ways of doing that. So it's really great. So I'm excited, about the ways that we're able to use the internet like this.
Yeah.
And other ways like that. So I've been thinking a lot about what that means, like moving forward, and kind of as the church is being resourced. We want to resource people to really be the church. And so some of that's through, we disseminate content. Some of that is by encouraging, connecting. We can do that all the time in so many different ways. But then also gathering together. And so we'll have, I've kind of been working with this idea of outposts. Like we'll have outposts that are, places where you can gather and congregate and be resourced and encouraged and also encourage others and then be sent. You don't stay there, but you're sent to go and be the church. But I was thinking a lot about how, YouTube, how there's certain things that you can do now that we couldn't do before, that maybe you needed an expert before, and now you can find out how to do.
Yeah.
I fix things, like my water heater's not working. Okay, well, I'm gonna troubleshoot first. I'm gonna watch a couple of YouTube videos, and then I'm gonna fix my water heater, and I don't have to call the plumber.
Yeah.
It doesn't put the plumber out of business, because there's still needs for the plumber, but I didn't have to call a plumber. I was able to watch a video and fix my own water heater. In the same way that, like with church, like being the church, like we can be resourced and equipped. Now, there's going to be times where we need additional help and support and, other things, but there's things we can do ourselves. And then I was thinking about it in terms of medicine, right? So, if, there's a time and a place where you need to go to the emergency room.
Right.
Like if you had your arm cut off, sorry, not to be
Thanks.
graphic, but if you had your arm cut off, I'm not going to send you to WebMD.
Hopefully not.
Right, like a website's not enough.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to need to take you to a physical location to receive some treatment.
Right.
My point being that, we don't always just want to be like, hey, go to this website.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be, here, let me take you here, and, we'll pray for you, we'll encourage you, we'll be together, we'll do some of that. So anyway, it's not that buildings and stuff are going away, but as I was thinking about that, there are lots of great things that you can learn medically. So here's my quick story. That was a long setup.
Okay.
But my quick
Well, that was a setup.
All right, so I hadn't played tennis in a while, but I do enjoy playing tennis. But through the summer, I didn't play. So now, wintertime, playing some indoor tennis. I played with a friend, actually a doctor friend, emergency room doctor. And when my left foot, I get this thing called tennis toe on my big toe, which is the foot jams in the end, bruises underneath the toenail.
Oh.
It turns. So I basically haven't had a toenail on my big toe in like 3 years, because I play a lot of tennis. And I hadn't played. So I played, and then boom, it was the worst one I ever had, because the toenail had grown back. But I go home, and I look, I'm like, oh yeah, the whole thing is just, it's bad. Swelling, it's throbbing all night. I'm icing it, can't sleep. One of the dogs stepped on it. I screamed out loud. I mean, this is intense. So finally in the morning, I hadn't slept. I'm like, I have to do something. I have to. So I start watching YouTube videos. And so the way they treat it is you drill a hole in the nail to get the blood out. And so I watched a YouTube video, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So I get a drill bit. Now, I didn't put it in the drill, because there's dumb ways to do it and smarter ways, but got the drill bit really hot, like with a lighter, like glowing red hot, stuck it on the nail, held it down, and twist, 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 twist with pressure, twist, twist. And I mean, like, my toe was like, and the pressure's like, I mean, the dog stepped on it, I screamed, but I gotta get on there, and I'm pushing, and then all of a sudden it breaks through the nail. I heard it pops, and blood goes, and I went, oh. One of the most amazing feelings in my entire life. Like,
That's
the pain.
horrifying.
Oh yeah, it was fantastically awful.
Yeah.
So since I'd been playing with the doctor when it happened, I'd send him the picture and go, dude, check out my toe.
Ew.
He's like, oh. Okay, then after I did that, I texted him and I said, drilled a hole in it myself. And his response as an ER doctor was yes, with multiple exclamation points, because I didn't have to go into the ER to have somebody do it. I watched a YouTube video.
There you
That's my
go.
story.
So if you ever have, like, if your toe's ever hurting, just drill a hole in
No.
it.
No.
Just, you know, it'll probably be fine.
Watch a YouTube video. Don't do what I do. Do what they tell you to do.
Okay. Okay, well, fun.
Yeah.
I love blood.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay. Well,
Okay.
join us for services. If you haven't
Yeah.
yet. And God's got peace for you. He's got peace for all of us. And when we have peace, we can be peace in our world. So this is the day.
This is the day.